right back, Charlie. Against this right back, Charlie.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like there's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like there's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Am I live? Of course I'm live. First things first, people deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course good night to the ones in the UK. I hope you're enjoying your bank holiday weekend wherever you guys are. I hope you've had a great week, filled with moving closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, overcoming hardship and all of those things. Obviously, I hope you and your loved ones are all in good health. Now, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and where it concerns people, good night. Appreciative of all you guys' support. Please make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribing. Later show than usual, shorter show than usual. I am a bit wounded, but I've been preparing for Carnival weekend in the most appropriate way. Shout out to everyone who was at Kez's concert yesterday. That was part of my language, a fucking movie, people. So yeah, any talking points, questions, talking points, all of those things, get them in. You lot do a great job of that. While I like to talk Arsenal, I like to look at the rumours in transfer season. It's neither here nor there, man. The real gift, and I keep saying it, is to be here and talk football with you lot week in, week out, day in, day out, stream in, stream out. So appreciative of you lot supporting my channel as we aim for 50,000 subs and more. I think we need about 800 more on YouTube. Again, journey to 10,000 on Twitch is alive and kicking. The Twitch link is pinned on my YouTube chat. One love, Twitch gang, on that as well. We're over halfway towards 10,000 and beyond, man. So we're making progress. We're moving, man. Slow progress is better than none. Although I would like to accelerate the thing, I can't lie, man. We ain't even at 50 yet, but I feel myself setting even bigger aspirations, man. Like, I want 100k, man. Like, that's, for me, that's the holy grail of YouTube. You get your own partnership manager, and if anything goes wrong on YouTube, like you see, you get a direct source of contact. So we haven't quite got that yet, man. One love to you lot, man. Love to see. Wait, first thing, Rashawn, I can't lie, bro. Man said, DG, you getting that Arsenal yard top. Allow me, bro. You don't rate me. Jamaica thing. Obviously, they did Carnival a bit dirty. It should be a Trinity thing because it's theirs. But obviously, worldwide influence and that. I ain't wearing it Carnival because I know everyone's going to wear it. Obviously, the green screen's doing it dirty and shit. But it's there, man. It's there, man. Come on. I had to get that. Come on, man. That's going to come like school uniform. Everyone and their nan's going to be rocking that. I got my thing, man. I told you yesterday. I'm running to Stratford. I can't lie, there was a large. I would have preferred a medium. Obviously, man's whamming that. So large is no problem. I see extra large and double XL. So shout out to my big youths out there. But so you're good. But yeah, man, they must be cleaned off the shelf. Elite marketing from Arsenal Football Club to release it now, where they know bitter Jamaican Donnies are gonna buy it. Strategic because it is dropped on Carnival. Obviously, like I said, it really should be a Trinidad one because Carnival's their thing. But what can I say, man? Worldwide influence and that Talawa and them thing there, what my people are on, you get me, we set it, worldwide influence and that. It's not my fault. I can't lie, I'm enjoying Arsenal. We got bare Brazilian dons, You know, got the Jamaican kit. I'm seeing Jesus and Martinelli as well. You know, it's a Jamaica to Brazil thing. I told you already, people. You know, all my Jamaicans out there, you have a family member or know someone called Romario. To my unborn son, your middle name's going to be Romario as well, man. And all them sort of wavy names there, you know, to my unborn son and, my, you know, the mother of that unborn son. I mean, if we can get Ronaldinho or something in there, or I don't mind, you know. If it was up to me, it'd be Romario, Thierry, just bare wavy stuff in the names, really and truly. But come on, man. And obviously, bare Arsenal people are going to get that, bro. Bare people. It's a wavy shirt. I was even... Obviously, you couldn't do it in Sports Direct. If I went Adidas store in Stratford initially, it weren't there. I would have got my name on it as well, man. Man said Zaha or Neto, who you taking? Neto, really, because it more ties in with what we're trying to do. Hit the like button, people. You know, we're going to get into the transfer news. It's not quite a 200 likes and transfer news thing today, but please hit the like button. But to answer your question, Reggie, obviously, Pedro Neto, there's resale value, there's longevity there. He obviously with Jesus, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Ben White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, who's 22, Ramsdale, who's 24, and there's Lokonga. They're just bare names in it. You know, he ties into what we're doing really, so he can grow with the squad and things like that. Zaha, I know people see 29, 30 as like man of 70, 80 years of age. People move like you're asking Carlo or Wenger or Ferguson to line up for the team. I think people see that age and start moving a bit mad. So I do think even if Zaha signed for us and he could be lit for 2-3 years, if we can get Champions League football and beyond that, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you have to move for exceptions to the rule. Obviously, you need experience. The word experience is subjective. You could be 18 and have a lot more experience than someone who's 25 more time. Where you look at Jesus and Odegaard, them and they have lived in the spotlight, things like that. There's a wealth of experience they can provide to other members of the team, really. And even I'm looking a bit too deep at it, and it's almost irrelevant. But you look at Jack Wilshere, you know, shout to the Halen Demons. I think we won 4-1 at under 18s level against the Spuds. Big up Amari Benjamin. He got a light little hat trick. It's normal. But you know, you look at Jack Wilshere's management of the 18s, you know, who better to coach them really and truly? You know, who better to tell them what it takes, because he's been there, done it, wore the t-shirt sort of thing. So there's a wealth of experience. So it is what it is. The problem is nobody wants to sell good players, you know, and if you have to sell them, you have to sell them at a serious price that's worth it. And obviously, I think 50 million. We could do a lot worse. It seems like, you know, we can run them the bread how they want to run it, but Wolves want their money, which is fair enough, really. You know, we were linked with him at Braga and Lazio. You can see my videos from when I wanted him them sides there. You got to put the cash up, and if Arsenal put the cash up, it's calm. If they don't, I don't know, people. So maybe Zaha's more easier to attain. Obviously, Pedro Neto signed the new deal in March. He's contracted. You know, Wolves have a wealth of protection. The only thing going for us is that you're hoping Mendes and Neto can force the issue and whatnot, and you hope so. But maybe Zaha is easier to attain. He's got a year left. We'll get into it in a sec, but Patrick Vieira kind of is open to not necessarily him leaving, but considering that really and truly. So it is what it is. Prediction for the day, prediction for today. Big up DG. You know what? I think 2-1 Arsenal. You know, I'm gonna say 3-1, but I think 2-1 Arsenal. I think it's gonna be a tricky test with Mitrovic and all them things. I hope I'm gassing it. I hope I'm capping. I hope it's nothing like that, because I bigged up Palace, I bigged up Bournemouth. It was anything but, respectfully to those two teams. Testament to Arsenal. So I hope it's the same, man. You look at the fixtures to come in September/October. We need a perfect August. We're not gonna win every game. Not, you know, this is how the Premier League works. There's some games you deserve to lose and you win. There's some games you deserve to win and you lose. There's some games you don't even deserve a point and you grab a point. We are going to have bumps and bruises. I know you lot and myself would love for it to be a thing. Arsenal, every 38 games that we're about to play or in total in the league is what it is. You know, United have had a bit of a blip early on. They beat Liverpool. Spurs haven't looked amazing, but they've been grinding out results, and them and Chelsea drop points. We're going to get that. So I keep saying it. Where we take points, where I don't want to say expectation, because every game's tough in the Premier League and all of that jazz, but we need to take our points, because you give yourself, you know, would you rather fall here? If you're up the top of the mountain now, would you rather drop here or drop there? So we've got to give ourselves that. And I think when you look at September and October, it's starting to get a bit political, really. Obviously, we've seen the group stages announced for the Europa League. And if I just swing the screen over to you lot right now, again, I'm jumping ahead a month, but the games are going to start piling up. This is why I say we need a squad. You know, there are going to be injuries. There are going to be loss of form. I know, you know, I'm not saying these guys deserve to be dropped out the team, but a lot of conclusions are drawn with Zinchenko being in and out the team, Tierney, Tomiyasu, Ben White, the same, Smith Rowe, this. You get it. We need a squad. And I do think we have options and we have depth. But on the other hand, when you look at it, I don't think we do. You look at October when Europa League comes into it, bro. There's BA games, enough games you have to play. You know, we kick off October in the North London derby, which is at 12:30. This is without considering anything that's happened in September. 5 days later, we've got Glint and them things there, where obviously we're going to rotate the team. 3 days later, we buck Liverpool, and then we've got Glint again. 3 days after that, you've got Leeds away, which Jesse March. That's not going to be an easy game. I hope it is. You know, we won there last year, but it's a difficult one still. Man City at home again. We need to pattern against the top six. And if I'm honest, I always mention when I look at our season, obviously holding on to points from winning positions. You look at Crystal Palace, Everton, and Man United. I always say them three and try and give Arsenal a bit of a luxury because it is harsh with City. But at the end of the day, we were winning against City, and you know, you can't really do that in the Premier League, really. So yeah, then you have Southampton away. We lost there. That's a bogey team. PSV, obviously, they got Ruud van Nistelrooy. I hope we move to them, and Nottingham Forest at home. So October's a bit fugazi, really and truly. And that's with, you know what, you can't be looking at October and not look at September in it. So let's look at the September fixtures in that regards as well, people. So yeah, September, obviously September isn't as mad as that, but it's still mad, really. If we can, obviously we're bucking Martinez and Leno, they're going to turn into the best keepers in the world, you bet your bottom dollar. But pardon me, respectfully to Fulham, and they've been good this season off the back of a great season in the Championship. Pardon me, we need to win that. We need to beat Villa. Man United goes either way. I want to win. They want to win. It's the social media derby. Obviously, the Europa League starts kicking in, but Everton at home, Man United away, obviously Brentford away. You know, different context, but you know what time it was last season, and it's not an easy place to go. Just ask Lisandro Martinez and Man United. After that, you've got Spurs. So I'm creeping into October. So, you know, September, October, shit gets real. It's been dreamland. We've had good signings in the summer, great preseason, carried our momentum. Obviously, we'd have an international break by this time. That's one thing I like, because obviously you've seen it in life. When teams, and Arsenal's a good example with our 3 games we lost, what was it, Palace, Southampton, and Brighton. When momentum and everything's positive, things can only get better. Even when we were going on winning runs, you know, there are moments things could have went left. You look at Leicester, but when things are happening, it's cool, and we need to ride this momentum. This is why, for me, I wish we could play games twice a week in the Prem. You know, really, I know I'm capping a bit, but you know, it is what it is. But it's starting to get real now. That's dream world. September to October is fugazi. This November is fugazi. Obviously, the World Cup is going to impact this. Nobody knows how it's going to impact. Mikel Arteta said it himself in the press conference we went over yesterday. This is why I say to you, look, while I'm happy about August, a week is a long time in football, let alone a couple of months. This is why you keep hearing me say, as much as I'm happy, take every game as it comes. Let's just focus until December. Survive the winter. Right now, it's sunny. Make sure we bought our rain jackets and we've got appropriate wear for the winter, because it's going to be cold, really. You know, we can't get excited and think we've achieved anything. Like Arteta says, we haven't achieved nothing. We've won 3 games, you know. If we need to keep going. This is why I keep saying, just get to the end of the year, you know, get to the end of the year. There's a lot of games to be played, more than last season. And then from January to March, and then from March to April, and then once you get from April to May, if we're still in among the top 4, don't let yourselves down. You've worked so flipping hard, pardon my language, so fucking hard off the back of last season where you had it in your hands and you fumbled and you had to try really hard to do that. Don't go one better, you know. And this is obviously, I want to go as far as we can in the Europa League, but stuff starts getting real, isn't it, really? So take advantage when you can, in my humble opinion. So it is what it is. Big up Top Blue. I love to see that you got the job. Do your thing, my guy. More life to you. Hopefully that job gives you all the qualifications you need, experience, personal development. Big up yourselves. And anyone looking for a role and stuff, keep going, man. I know the job market's crazy. I, of all people, know, man. You can ask my mother. I think it was about 30 different jobs, all ranging jobs, all rejected at one point. Like, I used to write them down. So I know exactly how it feels to definitely have anxiety around finances and futures and things like that. But pat yourself on the back, because you're still trying, people. You're still going if anything's happening. And if you live in the United Kingdom or anywhere, house prices are a myth. Living costs are a myth. Real wages are not growing. Things are getting more expensive. It's crazy. Even that, bro. Yesterday, I went to the shop, man, bought a couple Maggies and a couple fruit punches, and that the dome was like 40 man. It's one of them. I did the quick maths on the counter. I was like, you sure? And I was like, he actually is. I was like, raw. It's affecting everyone. It's breezy. So keep going, man. It's a mad thing right now here. Can they sign DG as backup fullback? Boy, when I don't track back breezy, but I hear that, man. Zaha would bring a bit of urgency to the team. Think we could do with an older player, and that's it. You know, if I'm Xhaka, if I'm Partey, if I'm El Nene, bro, I don't rate Cedric. But even if I'm Cedric, Leno and Marie have gone, but to force them into it, Aubameyang and Lacazette to force them into it, it's all fun and games being comfortable at the club doing this youngster thing, but you ain't got no years to waste. You know, Xhaka is 30 like Zaha this window. You know, and I don't think Xhaka, whether he's at Arsenal or not, I don't think his game is reliant on age because he's not really, he's one of them guys. It's not like if he loses a yard of pace, I know he's not the quickest, he's going to be in more problems. But for Saka, even like Saka, all them man there, for Pedro Neto, he's 22. In 3 years, he's 25. You know, Odegaard, Jesus, them man are babies in football in terms. They're already in peak ages, but they're in peak ages. Them sort of guys, you're 32, 33, and you know, football career it's like 15 years that much, and it goes like that. But you ain't got time to do joke things. So you should want to get qualified for the Champions League more, want to play in the Champions League more, want to go to the FA Cup, Europa League final, all the senses of accomplishment. Ornstein said Wolves ain't accepting less than 60 million. There you have it. Run them the bread, bro. I'm patting it. Run them the bread, really. Because I think it'll be worth it if they structure the payments and that. Why not? For extra live streams and videos, subscribe to me on YouTube. Appreciative to that Nightbot, man. Shout out to Nightbot for plugging the thing. 47 likes, people. Can we get to 100 likes by the end of the stream? Thank you. And all those things. Bruno just scored for the Manx. They're always going to beat Southampton. And this is why I said don't draw conclusions. Because if United go and win the next 4 after losing the next 3, the sentiments around the fans are going to be better, but the talking points, I saw it with Arsenal. We were the worst thing ever. No one can see the project we're doing. All of these things in our first 3 games. The same media and some fans, you know, the fans that live in La La Land and media that just want agendas, Arsenal was the best thing ever. All of a sudden, they can see the project, what Arteta, Edu, Vinay, the Kroenkes are doing. And then obviously when we flunked it, the same old was said. So for all clubs, there's no use listening to the nonsense and all that stuff behind the scenes, really. So it is what it is. Afternoon, DG. That's a busy schedule for 3 months. No wonder all the clubs minus Leicester have spent so much gathering up the signings to use to take advantage of the 5 subs rules and keep the first choice lineup fresh. Exactly that, bro. You're going to have to, bro. You're going to have to. Zaha for 25, 30 million is unreal. Give us 2-3 solid years as Saka's backup. And by the time he leaves, there could be a better right winger on the market than Neto. Maybe. I hear that. You could get Depay on a free and get Neto. I wouldn't mind Depay. I wouldn't be against it. I'm not necessarily on it, but yeah, it looks like Juventus got Milik instead of him. You know, instead of Depay. I don't know what's going on here. That Romeo Lavia is lit, bro. Southampton are gonna make bread on him. I'm not sure if City wanted to let him go, but a man like that has to be playing first team football. And Southampton's the right team for him. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, go and join them, my brother. It's not too far from London and that. You know, I've worked in Southampton. I wouldn't say I've worked in Southampton in the sense of man was living there, but you know, I used to work as a production assistant, and obviously you go all around the country, so it's not that far from London. In fact, I even heard Ryan Bertrand when he was at Southampton, he still lived in London. Obviously, them and they probably got a couple of houses, but you get the point. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. Big up yourself, Adrian. What are your thoughts if we end up signing no winger this window? Could delay it until next window or so? I'd be disappointed, but I don't want players for the sake of it, really and truly. You know, I don't want central midfielders for the sake of it. But I'm more obviously, if you was to say to me Milinkovic-Savic or Neto, I'm gonna say Milinkovic-Savic. If you say Telemans or Neto, I'm probably gonna lean towards Neto, even though it's sounding hypocritical. But I don't think we can go into next season. Well, we already are, but I don't think we can afford to not have a midfielder. Listen, Xhaka's doing wavy stuff. We have signed Fabio Vieira and Zinchenko, who can play there. You've got Odegaard and Smith Rowe, who can be groomed into that 8 role as well. Partey's there, but you already Lokonga and Eldene there, but something happens to Xhaka, the team's not going to tick. Whether the team should tick through Xhaka or not, I know Zinchenko and Odegaard have something to say about that, but whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know. But if something happens to him, suspension, injury, even though he's durable, we're in problems. I can't say anyone would be surprised if they see Tomiyasu, Partey, Tierney injured. You know, I'd love for them to at least be available for 30 of the 38 Premier League games. But it's a myth. So again, it's not always how. Obviously, the Premier League is what you do at your best, but it's also how good you are at your worst. You're not going to win every game. Sometimes games you deserve to lose, you might have to claw a draw or claw a win from it, and things like that. That's what the Cities and Invincible sides and all of these teams did, really. Zaha and Savage would be sick, adds experience and as guaranteed as you can get. I hear that. Keep the opinions coming, people. You lot are moving crazy. I can't lie. I'm being a bit stingy and it's not my money, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not really trying to hear 30 million for Zaha. 2025, they ain't even a youngster to throw them Nelson or Ainsley if they want that. I'm here for that. I'm not really on the 30 thing unless it's some unrealistic variables that we know damn well he's never, ever hitting people, really. So we'll have to see what's going on in that regards. I'm getting the feeling that they want to get Neto sub 50 million and Telemans 20 before the end of the window to keep within their budget and FFP. Yeah, Zaha and Savage would be awesome. Again, I do think Zaha is realistic, but I just think it's media talk. I do think obviously his name is probably on a list, really. You know, I do think there's probably a list of wingers of various ages. You know, you had your dream chasing, your Gnabry's, your Sane's, your Rafinha's. Obviously, you had your development players, Pepe of Porto, Noah Lang, Cody Gakpo, the Ukrainian youth Mudryk, I believe, who we've been linked with. And there's probably a Zaha, and there's probably bare other names, really, that I've probably forgotten, really. So a winger has to be been assessed. I know Nelson and Marquinhos are still hanging on. There's a couple of players that could be shoehorned out wide to do something like that. 53 likes, you love violating people. So it is what it is in that regards. Do you think Edu's selling skills are unfairly criticised, DG? I wouldn't say unfairly. I think we should only judge him when the day comes that we sell one of our big assets, not old players like Kolasinac on 150k contracts. I can only judge. Listen, you've walked into the job, innit? I have to judge you fairly, you know, because I don't really. Obviously, you don't really want to. I do think we've got a bad precedent in terms of ripping up contracts. Do I think Hector Bellerin is amazing? Would I like his 100k off the wages and then resources to be poured elsewhere? Yes, but other clubs probably would have got something for him. Really, I think, you know, I do like the way Edu spoke around ripping up contracts, but it's a bad precedent to set. Really, we've probably obviously these players have been on big wages and been mediocre, but we probably tore up too many contracts more than we need to. Obviously, Aubameyang, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and there's many other factors around it, but you know, he's probably going to go to Chelsea for 20-30 odd million quid. We could deal with that. And you know, really, I do think Edu's doing good work. I think we flushed some bad players out. I think we've got some good players in. But if he was to leave tomorrow, what is a significant deal he's somewhat done? Obviously, big him up for Jesus, but who's he really sold? Did he sell Joe Willock? I stand corrected if he did. But if you know, I ain't seen us do a madness like that, really. You know, I think obviously the contracts are a factor, but you know, do I think you can get more than 6 million that's projected or a loan for Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Yes. Do I think you could get something for Reece Nelson and Bellerin? Easier said than done. Yes. I cut you some slack for Pepe because that's a difficult one. So I wouldn't say unfairly criticized. Obviously, people are going to judge him unfairly and not give him his praise where due. But yeah, man, Savage would be perfect, worth 50 or 60 in my opinion. I mean, at this moment, like I saw a tweet and I agree with it. Is Milinkovic Savic even a real person, or is he just a name that they say is forever linked with Arsenal and Man United? I don't know, man. You might have to draw your own conclusions in that regards. So yeah, man, keep the opinions and thoughts and them things there coming. Appreciative to you lot tuned in as usual, folks. Appreciative, man. So yeah, man, I do think you could say it's unfairly criticized, but again, there's no smoke without fire. The only ones I really onto Arteta and Edu about is Aubameyang's contract. You gave it to him. You know, the other ones, the old ones that I allow you. Willian, you gave it to him. Marie, Cedric. So yeah, no one's without faults. They've made mistakes. Everyone's made mistakes really in this club, you know, on the field, off the field. But I think Edu and Arteta, based on the last window, they're doing what they can in it. Like, could they do a lot better? Yeah, but I think they're doing all right in that regard. I need to stop drinking this car. We need chaser. a little more. I should have got water still. So yeah, it is what it is. But with that being said, let's start looking at some transfer news, man. Smash the like button, people. Transfer news. And obviously, we're going to see the same old names, the same old Pedro Neto, Telemans. I'm definitely missing out Zaha. These are the three this week that are more linked with us on a more consistent basis. I think we have admiration for Zaha. I think we'd be interested if it got thrown to us, but I don't think we're quite heavy on that. If that makes complete sense, really and truly. So I hope we do a Mazzolini really, but the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, as you guys know already, man. But yeah, let me. Oh, now the screen's not even shared. Any thoughts? Get them in. Moving away from that though. When would they lie about something new? Mervin, I lie. Link us with Neymar or something, man. I wanted to have a new. I think God knows how many live streams and videos I've done with Pedro Neto, Telemann, Zaha, either in the display picture or with their names being dropped. Apparently, Connor Harrison, Con Marble Hills has said Arsenal today have held more discussions with the agent and intermediary George Mendes regarding the transfer of Pedro Neto from Wolves. Apparently, we're going to get into it, but apparently Marco Asensio is linked with Man United, and Arsenal has also hired Mendes, who helped us get Fabio Vieira. Well, Mendes is trying to clean up, because if he gets Neto a decent move, if he gets Ronaldo a move to Napoli, if I don't think they'll leave, but if João Felix keeps it moving, on top of the deals he's already done, Matheus Nunes, he must have ate off that move. He's making his money in the transfer market for his clients. But yeah, regarding the transfer of Pedro Neto from Wolves, player wants move, working hard to agree a fee. Arsenal want to pay 45 million plus some small add-ons, or smaller fee with bigger add-ons. Bro, Wolves, come on, man. We'll give you 45 million and a little 5 million, 10 million in add-ons, or let us do the Bright House payments. Come on, Wolves, man. Allow us, bro. We need this, man. Allow us, Wolves, man. Give them Ainsley. You wanted that a couple years ago, man. Allow us, Wolves, man, please. So, yeah, and that's a follow-up tweet from lots of journalists have jumped out on the Neto news, with a lot of it being wide of the mark, considering they know nothing a couple of days ago. Wolves are not saying he's not for sale. They just want upwards of 50 million. However, they need to recruit some funds. Arsenal don't want to go plus 45 million, which is kind of hypocritical from the follow-up tweet, but, it's calm. It's calm. Let's see what else he's had to say as well, man. In that as well. And obviously, in relation to who's this? About Telemans, he said internal discussions being held today regarding Arsenal's maximum price. Pardon me. All parties want the deal to happen. Clearly, Leicester need the bread. Telemans clearly wants to move to Arsenal. And I would love a midfielder. So, yeah. Arteta and Edu really like Telemans, and they want to arrange a price that suits his situation, no rush, and hope to get it done for 20 million or less. That was a follow-up tweet from Arsenal, being informed via intermediaries that this offer won't be even considered. Let's see what the response is. Declined before even submitted. Player and agent willing to push to drive the price down. So there's a lot of games being played in relation to that. So let's see what's going on there, people. And again, a few days ago, we saw Arsenal have no issue surrounding personal terms with Wolves Portuguese midfielder Pedro Neto. They're offering him around 120k per week, which is about 20 grand a week cheaper than Pepe, with longevity. And if Arteta Mendes wants his client to make the move to North London and is working hard to broker a deal between the clubs. This is all dependent on Pepe leaving, which you've seen him depart on loan. We're parking that problem off until 2024. In that regards, people. Away from that, where is it? That's something else. Apparently, Odegaard sends warning to Arsenal defenders over dangerous Fulham star Mitrovic. Of course, and I think the Arsenal coaching staff have done that as well. Mitrovic is a physical handful, technically baller, scored 40 goals in the Championship last season. You give him chances, he will score. But this is the Premier League. If you're fullback, you have to expect to play the best wingers every day and strikers the best every day. We're not always going to play against Christian Moore. I hope Gabriel and Saliba have done their homework. It's not just them. Defending goes into everything, and that's why I did like Ben White's performance against Zaha first game of the season, because Ben White did well on his own, but Saka mash work defensively. Saliba was cleaning up the mess as well. So it's all a collective. We attack together, we defend together. Ramsdale's our first attacker, Jesus is our first defender, and I hope Jesus can cook a couple goals today, really. Saliba, man said Saliba. Odegaard said it's nice to see us on top of the table, though, especially as some of the big clubs have already dropped points. Again, it shows you how tough this league is. All the teams can create problems against anyone. Today's opponents have already shown that getting a draw with Liverpool and not losing in a league game yet. And from an Arsenal perspective, where we probably, based on recent years, obviously we'd love to beat Liverpool. Last time we beat them in the Cup and that, isn't it? We'd love to beat them in the Prem. There has been a couple of occasions. The last time we probably beat them, when I don't know what they drank before the game, but I remember Alisson and Van Dijk bugged out, and I'm sure Lacazette and Nelson scored. I might be lying to you lot. But I'm sure Fulham have got good players all over the pitch. Trust me, Mitrovic hype, but the Jamaican international Bobby Reed, the best striker in the Premier League. You know, it's a very Mitrovic is always dangerous in the box, and they create a lot of problems for Liverpool. They too have got lots of confidence as a team after a good start, and I swear they're undefeated as well. So someone's got to lose that, and we've never lost a home game against Fulham. So let's hope that rings true. But also coming off last season when they basically won all their games, so they are used to that. We have to be very sharp to beat them. Amen. Apparently, Mikel Arteta has challenged Smith Rowe to show hunger required to win his place back, and he must earn the right. And this is where it gets real, man. You know, it's wavy. Number 10, you did everything. You've not been fit. We've got opportunities. You've locked down that spot before. You've been called up by England. You was one of our best players last season. It's still Smith Rowe FC, but this is the reality. No one's playing for no reason now, really. Maybe, I'm not saying it was the case, but maybe last season, Saka, Smith Rowe, and these guys, maybe if they had an off day or a couple of off days, they weren't necessarily going to lose their spot. Now, especially if you're an attacker, there's, well, defensively as well, but there's problems now, really and truly. There's problems all over the field. You could say probably, I would say Saka, but if you get Pedro Neto, you could, and we'd want to see some competition. But and obviously Odegaard's our captain. But I would say if you're not Jesus, Xhaka, Ramsdale, Saliba at this moment, but really the three I said, I think you lot can't really afford off days. Obviously, it happens. We need a squad. We can't rely on one individual. We need to share the goals out, defend better, be able to play to a certain level when key players are missing or injured or not quite doing it. And, you know, that's been a positive so far this season, in my opinion. Smith, he said on Smith Rowe, he needs to now earn the right to play in the team. In order to do that, he needs to perform and be consistent. So it is what it is. And again, there's been no talks, as there shouldn't. You'll get opportunities. He said no because he's been injured. He's not had a clean preseason. He's not there yet. And again, playing catch up, but you'll get it. He'll get it done, man. He'll get it done, really and truly. So yeah, we'll have to see. And he went to speak about Pedro Neto, but we covered that yesterday. Paul Merson's been bigging up Zaha, who's been linked with us, and he's right in that regards, people. Apparently, Arsenal are working on Zaha in the background, people, and he is a quality player, in my opinion, people. Apparently, Palace have no intention of allowing Zaha to leave on a free transfer. So whether he goes to us, Chelsea, Spurs, Roma, teams he's been linked with this summer, is what it is. If we can't get Neto, bring this in. I mean, am I being greedy to say let's have the best of both worlds? You know, bring Bear Dons in. Again, but if the phenomenal winger doesn't pen fresh terms, they stand to lose him for little to nothing. They could sell him in January, or he could agree a move indirectly with a Prem team or abroad, put outright in January, people. So we'll have to see how Zaha develops. Apparently, Arsenal and Chelsea sent clear Zaha message as Vieira explains transfer links. What has he said, people? Obviously, Chelsea are moving closer to trying to get Gordon. Apparently, they've agreed a fee for Fofana, people, which isn't here. And Aubameyang seems set to move from being a blood to a crip. What a guy, people. And we've been linked with Zaha, Neto, Pino, Bear Dons. Just bring someone in, and it doesn't matter who. Just, I don't like the we tried business. You've clearly scouted. You've done your due diligence. Make sure you bring them in it, people. Smash the like button, 30 more, and we've hit 100. What has he said? He's been fantastic since I've been in the football club on and off the field. I think he's taken responsibility. He's a mature player. He's working every single day to try and improve, and he's been doing so well for us. Last year when I came over, there was lots of speculation about him. I think you're always going to have this conversation in the window because of the quality of player he is, so we just have to deal with it. We started the season really well. He wanted to do really well, and I see him every day in training. When the team is playing well, obviously he's one of the talented players who is always going to shine. We're talking about how we want to play the game and how he can improve his goal scoring and do well for the squad and for the team. He's an important player on and off the field. I think you can see the fans, you can see that love that the fans show him every week. He came through the system. He loves being at this club. There's no reason why that should change. So again, I think we've been done by some clickbait. It doesn't really say anything specific in relation to Zaha. We think we've been done there, really. Let's see what this is saying. We've been linked with Asensio. Marco Silva's been bigging up Saliba. Allegedly, according to David Ornstein, Pedro Neto is a priority of ours, but he can be priority, make it happen. Bellerin and Marquinhos were involved in training, allegedly. Potter knows, listen, Potter, you're a villain. I don't even want to see what you've said, really and truly. Arsenal are not expected to make any a bit despite Pepe's loan to Nice. An inquiry for Wolves' Portuguese international Pedro Neto has been rebuffed, and the club are not going to pay over the odds after already spending over 120 million to obviously sign Jesus, Zinchenko, Vieira, Matt Turner, Marquinhos, etc. People. Patrick Vieira has been praised Granit Xhaka. We'll have to see what happens there. Bellerin's future remains uncertain. Talks with Arsenal over potential contract termination are ongoing, but there's also the issue of Real Betis and Barcelona facing financial difficulties. We have been linked with Matt O'Reilly, where you can see here, he's done quite well since joining Celtic last season. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he at Fulham? And he was someone that was highly rated at Fulham. It didn't quite happen for him there, but the Denmark under-21 internationals doing well. Naturally, every club is going to look at all players that are standing out in Scotland or whatever, like Celtic's Jota. I'm not meaning Arsenal and these clubs are going to buy him, but everybody's watching everyone. Moving for someone and is a completely different thing. Everybody's watching everyone. Everyone's asking agents and clubs, pardon me, what they would like in terms of a fee. Bidding and things like that is a completely different thing, but Matt O'Reilly is attracting plenty of attention from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Dortmund, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, according to ESPN. Tempt Celtic, and I think they bought him for 1.5 million, so that's a quick flip. But I don't think we're quite interested in him. Arsenal not expecting any more signings this summer with Pedro Neto and Telemans deal stalling. I hope Mark Irwin is wrong. At this moment, no one knows, but this could be getting clicks, people. We'll have to see, really and truly. He hasn't said any reason as to why. But yeah, man. The Gunners have also been linked with Telemans, although a deal is yet to materialise. I mean, to be fair, Tomiyasu and Odegaard's deals went to the wire and they were protracted all summer, really. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards. Again, we've spoken about Matt O'Reilly, apologies for that. In that regards, again, in relation to Villarreal, Jeremy Pino, Villarreal will not make any moves for Cavani if they do not sell attacking players until the market closes, people, which again hasn't said anything about Jeremy Pino, but could have ramifications for Arsenal's pursuit of a right winger. Let's see, what has he said here? Well, it's the same old comments with Vieira and Zaha. Again, what is this? Don't know, folks. Why is this here? There must have been some reason. Roma make inquiry for Lokonga, which again, with the midfield, he's got a World Cup to try and think about. I mean, he just signed for Arsenal, and we did see it all or nothing. He was a bit sulky. Unless someone in a top division like Roma under Jose Mourinho or whatever, and we've got 30 centre mid options, unless they can say he's going to get 20, more so 30 league games minimum or starts, and he can come back a dramatically better player. That's the only way I'd sanction it. Let El Nene hold the bench. But I think we're a bit light, man. I think Lokonga has to stay, really. And I think it'd be a bit harsh to get rid of the 22-year-old already. Obviously, if you can make a flip and buy other midfielders, the world keeps spinning. As a wise man once said, it is what it is. But I don't know, really and truly, people, if I'm honest with you. Like, anything could happen in that regard. So we'll have to see how that one day develops. So yeah, man, I don't really buy that. At least it's another midfield. It's not quite the midfielder that's linked with Italian clubs and specifically Roma that you want to see, really. Not that I want Xhaka to go, but you get the point. Again, Jose Mourinho's first target in midfield remains Mandy Camara, who some Arsenal fans will remember. He played for Olympiacos against us in Europa League. The player's pushing for a loan there. Plan B is Lokonga. And again, until I see Telemans, who's a different profile, even though Lokonga was playing as an 8 in pre-season, that's a myth for me. Real Madrid demand Marcus Asensio time frame as Man United and Arsenal firm up transfer interest. They will ask Asensio for a definite answer on his future plans early next week. The 26-year-old, as you know, has joined Mendes' agency, and a rep is on standby to talk to the Gunners in London, with sources close to the player suggesting Arsenal in the box seat to land him. I mean, he can play out wide. He has got experience. Why not, really? Ceballos could give us a good word of encouragement. Obviously, injuries and things like that are a thing. It seems like he wants a big boy deal at Real Madrid or elsewhere. That's why it's not really working. His deal ends in 11 months, people, and he's refused to sign a new deal. They've put a 23.5 million price tag, and I do think he would come in and be maybe not necessarily the top earner, but he would be nearer that bracket. So I'm not too sure if that's something. David Ornstein has said discussions are ongoing between Arsenal, Mendes, and Wolves. Neto is an option among a number Arsenal have for that wide forward position. Would be a really tough deal to do so. And let's see if there's anything more on this Twitter account. Howard Webb's had something to say. So we'll have to see. As you can see there, Arteta on transfers, it's clear that now we are becoming a little bit short as we end this squad because we have so many outs again and we need to get that balance right. On transfer, so far, I'm very happy, but we can always get better and we should always aim to be better. That's why we're going to try to do it in the last week of the window. Very bullish from Mikel Arteta. Apparently, with Brendan Rodgers' comments saying things will become clearer for Telemans now, and the reliable whoever reporting that Telemans will start for Leicester today looks increasingly likely he'll stay. So I don't know. It's a bit of gamesmanship. If he stays, that's great, but we need a midfielder. On Zaha, apparently, I think you're always going to have this conversation in the window because of the quality of the player he is. So we'll just have to deal with it. Ainsley Maitland-Niles still has interest from both Bournemouth and Southampton. He was allegedly in talks. Besides Neto, who else is Arsenal looking at? I mean, we've seen Neto, we've seen Pino, we've seen Zaha. Probably these names there, really. Bruno Lage said, I can see Adama is happy. I'm very happy with him. I think he's happy with us. Outgoings, anything can happen. Now, he hasn't said Pedro Neto, but anything can happen, really, in this life, people. Once again, Arsenal are exploring the Neto deal. However, it is unlikely. It may be, however unlikely it may be, Wolves are insistent they do not expect Neto to leave before the deadline. You'd suspect they'd want a very high price at this late stage if they were to sell. Never say never on incomings. You simply never know with Arsenal because we've been here before where it felt like it was going to be quiet. Then it exploded into live. So I hope this is the reliable David Ornstein has said that. I hope that really does ring bells. Arsenal's interest in Wolves is Pedro Neto. Arsenal are interested in Wolves is Pedro Neto, but the two clubs are thought to be far apart in their valuation of the player, says James Ollie. And as you know, he's contracted until 2027, which makes their negotiating position even more stronger, people. Arsenal will focus on signing a new winger following Nicolas Pepe loan move to Nice. Neto is the first choice for the club, while the player is tempted by the move, but it's not an easy deal to do with Wolves at all, says Fabrizio Romano, I guess via speaking on Bet Victor. And if you're a United fan, he did quite a good interview with Anthony, who's doing all he can to get that United move and burn the bridges. You know, big up Amari Benjamin as well for that first half hat-trick, well, for his hat-trick, better yet, against the Spuds. Hayland Demons, North London's always red and that. Once again, I don't know why I got that up twice. There's still a chance Telemans will move on before the deadline, and while it is unlikely, it could be while it's unlikely it will be to Arsenal, the possibility can't be entirely ruled out given how long he has been on the radar and the work that has already been done with his agent, says Charles Watts, people. Moving away from that, apparently Tim Akinola, George Lewis, Matt Smith, Miguel Aziz and Kiddo Taylor-Hart are candidates to go on loan to gain some senior experience. You all should be going on loan, man. What's 23's football going to do for none of you, especially Matt Smith and Miguel Aziz? We've already seen that. Obviously, this was just for, I mean, we've seen that. Apparently, Pepe reflected on his time at Arsenal. I want to get back to enjoying football, which, you know, Pepe is one of them players. He don't look like he can't play football. It sounds stupid. Everyone needs to be happy. But, you know, like in life, there's some people who can grind in it. I could never do it. I always would leave jobs in it and get a new one. But there's some people that have been in the office role that they hate for years. But whether it's finances, whatever, they stay there. There's equally some people that hate their lives because they hate their job. In it, I'm not saying Pepe did that. I'm just saying he's one of them. He needs to be happy and feel important and things like that. And I do think the African Cup of Nations gave him that temporarily. But yeah, go and enjoy your football. You're not playing, you know, as much as you're training and, you know, not everyone can play and you're still part of the team. There's no, you played football to play games, in it. And when you're not involved and you're marginalized and things like that, and you're one of the more experienced players, and you might think you're training well, like Arteta said, he's got a phenomenal attitude and that. I don't know. He said there were ups and downs. In the first season, I managed to win 2 titles, the FA Cup and the Community Shield, which is no mean feat. The following season, we unfortunately failed in the Europa League semi-final against Villarreal. It was more complicated after that, but I only remember the good things. I was playing in the biggest league in the world. You change, you learn a lot, playing against the best teams in the world. You gain experience. My time there hardened me mentally as a player and as a person. I have evolved. I played less, but there are some things that made me learn about life because I had children there. Pepe was then asked about the considerable financial sacrifices he had to make the loan move from Arsenal work. He said, to get back to enjoying football, I only want to think about football. The financial aspect, it was a secondary concern. Fair enough. I don't know why I've got all big up Orbino. I always look at this guy's Twitter account. Arsenal, Fulham, sorry, I've never won away at Arsenal in the Premier League in 15 visits. They've lost 10 and drawn 5. Hopefully that remains true because it's a bit scary. if I'm honest with you, as Arsenal fans. The Arsenal lineup that played Fulham at home 16 months ago, big up Matt Smith and Eddie Nketiah off the bench, but it's almost unrecognisable. Bellerin's still here, but days are numbered. Holding's a bench player. Saka's dead there. As you know, El Nene got a little role for himself. Xhaka is Xhaka. Martinelli's there. Smith Rowe still a boss, but where, pardon me, Danny Ceballos, Lacazette, Matt Ryan, unfortunately, I think he could have been our backup keeper, are no longer there. Pardon me. Rubbish money talks. Zaha not in the Crystal Palace squad to face Man City, must be at Arsenal for a medical. I don't know, man, really. I hope so, but we can't draw conclusions, really. Arsenal lead Manchester United in race for 28 million euro rated Real Madrid star. This is again Marco Asensio. It wouldn't surprise me if neither club gets him, and this third party is the real ones that are in for a minute, people. So that's just echoing the same old things, really. So yeah, with that seems like that's all the transfer news there really is, really and truly, folks. So we'll have to see how that one there develops. So yeah, man, let me have one last spin of the block. But where Telemans, Neto, these guys are concerned, you're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see too many different names linked with Arsenal. In fact, there we have this. There's a couple other good articles here, people. Why not? Let's have a butchers, man. Let's have a butchers at this one, folks. What's this about? And as to expected, with Man United and Liverpool's concerns in midfield, and Telemans is available in the last year and he's a good player, bro. Everyone, you're going to start seeing these links. Arsenal's Telemans transfer could be hijacked by Liverpool, as Reds could make shock move for one to way start. And I mean, Liverpool are doing better than us. They've been challenging for things better than us. I don't know for what their rebuild saying, but Klopp, you know, them and in Champions League, it makes sense in it, you know. That you can't, Telemans can't be expected to wait around forever. It's like if you've got two women, or in women's cases, man, them, you know, if you've got two guys that you see, or girls, in my case, definitely girls, where you see a future with. If one girl, if I'm telling her certain things that she's selling dreams, and the other one is showing intention to get things going, you're gonna go with that one. And obviously Arsenal, for the last 2-3 windows, we've been speaking with his agent, we've done all the red tape and every dotted I's and crossed T's, but there's only so much waiting that you could do in it. So I expect to see not just these lot, but United in for these lot. As you know, Arsenal have held an interest in signing him since the transfer window started. He probably one we all probably expected to come through the door very quickly, but it didn't happen, did it? 84 likes. Why would we not go 100? Tough day. According to Ben Jacobs, the Reds could swoop in and place an offer for Telemans. What has he specifically said? So, I mean, I don't know what he specifically said there. Gabriel Jesus reveals, well, that's a video. If we was on Twitch, we could watch that. Unfortunately, we can't hear people. So, yeah, that might be the end of the transfer news. Let's see what Google is saying. Well, yeah, where transfers are concerned, it seems to be that in it, but we do have a wavy kit out. Liverpool don't want him. He's not athletic enough for their press. That might be, but Arsenal are playing a pressing game now as well. So if you can't do the pressing thing for Liverpool, you know, how's he going to do it for us? So there must be some, well, where Arsenal are concerned, there must be some sort of metrics that they think he'll be all right. But that is a concern to us football fans, and it is a legitimate comment, my guy. Thoughts on Paqueta not going to Arsenal? It is, well, it is really. Like, I would have loved him, but, you know, for me, when we signed Zinchenko, who the talk was around left back where he's playing, and obviously Fabio Vieira, who can play everywhere, them kind of signings for me, they're different, but they're a kind of similar profile to Paqueta. I thought with that, we have admiration, but we're not going to do that really and truly. So, yeah, man, it's frustrating because we got the Brazilian thing going on here, and it would be lit to have Paqueta. He's an exciting player, but, you know, it looks like he's going to West Ham. So, big up West Ham on that addition, innit? They're doing their thing, really. Which I wish them all the best in that regards. On Paqueta, if you don't put the money down for a player, you can't get him. I think Arsenal are interested. I think we'd be alert, but I think we're more on to Telemans and other things, really. I'm gutted as well, man, but we just have to move. Let's not draw conclusions on Zaha joining Arsenal based on not being in the lineup at Man City. Obviously, that's a dent to Crystal Palace's chances of winning at the Etihad, but now that I've said it, they're probably going to get drummed 3-4-1 now. But typically, they do all right over them sides. Like, they typically do quite all right, if I'm honest with you. You know, they normally pull up a little shocker or something, really. So you're right in that regards. I wonder what's going on in the world of football generally. United are beating Southampton / that game must be drawing to a close. So we'll have to see, man. I mean, I would like Arsenal to get an Anthony shouts, not for them prices there, but apparently Ajax want 85 million. I mean, that's a myth. If he comes into the league and justifies it, is what it is, but that's a myth. Everton signed Mupay, bro. Chelsea verbally agreed deal with Leicester for FIFA, and obviously in business you need it in writing. Wasn't this guy at Arsenal? Tottenham to sign 2 million striker Lancashire from Sheffield United. Weren't you? I'm sure you used to play for Arsenal. I don't think you got a scholar though. Yeah, it's funny how football works, isn't it? You know, it's funny how football works. When you look at someone like Luke Plange, who couldn't buy a game in Arsenal's academy, he went to Derby and he's been sold to Crystal Palace for a couple of bob. Football's a funny old game of opinions. Tottenham to sign 2 million young striker Will Lancashire from Sheffield United 1 year after Arsenal release. Crazy, and he's done well, people, doing his thing. He's set to join them after they blew Brentford out the water. The fee is broken into a guaranteed 1 million plus 1 million in performance-based add-ons. And, you know, again, 2 million quid is nothing to a Premier League team, innit? Whether he makes it there or not, it's a lot for a kid. Like, I'd be glad, bro. Man, if I'm a 16, 17, 18-year-old, someone's paid 2 million for me, I might think, yo, I'm going to start playing and things. But what's 2 million to... I don't know if let's just say multi-million pound company, maybe even £1 billion company in Tottenham, 2 million is nothing. If you can spend 60 on Ndombele, in Arsenal's case, 72 on Pepe, for Chelsea, 100 million on Lukaku, what is this, really and truly? I just wish that, obviously, whoever was in charge of releasing Dons didn't do that, people. Brentford have been tracking him for time, people. So, yeah, it shows football is a funny old game of opinions, really, really and truly. So, yeah, big him up. I can't lie, this Ashley Phillips guy, 17 at Blackburn, I've watched a couple of starts that he's had. He looks decent as well. Not good. I don't know how far he could go and all of that jazz, but he looks kind of certy still. As I said, apparently Ajax want 85 million. They're boying United, man. After you just made them pay an arm and a leg. You see, this is where transfers must be a bit frustrating. Like, I think Anthony's lit. I think he'll get better. He's 22, Ten Hag knows him and that. But you're boying it, really. One source claims Ajax want at least 100 million euros, 84. Fair enough. So they're 10 million apart. I think they'll get it. They'll get over the line. Apparently, United remain interested in Cody Gakpo, and signing both has been described as unlikely but not impossible. As you know, Fofana and Aubameyang seem close to moving to Chelsea. Maybe Anthony Gordon gets over the line as well. And where Anthony's concerned, bro, this is what I meant. He was talking up the things. Since February of this year, my agents came to Ajax to inform Ajax of my desire to leave the club to face a new challenge and that some interested clubs would arrive, and with them certainly a great offer. Now, if we were looking at Lisandro Martinez, where it was all us versus United, literally, if you're going to scout him, you must have looked when you don't just go to football and see one man. Obviously, to scout, you need to just watch that player to a degree versus the rest. But, someone's, let's just say Joe Bloggs, who Arsenal have sent to Holland to scout, or he's the Holland scout. He must have said, bloody hell, that blonde fella, that's Brazilian, he's good right wing. So maybe Arsenal must have tried a thing, man. During the window months, meetings concluded, including a proposal from Ajax for the contract renewal. I made it clear once again I want to leave the club. Today, in a meeting with the board, I expressed my interest in leaving the club, this time with a considerable offer on the table. Others have arrived, but Ajax always refused with the argument it only has 5 days to replace me. I'm not asking for Ajax to release me. I'm asking for Ajax to sell me as the highest bid received by a player who plays in the Eredivisie. And he went on to say he's happy. He is happy / was happy in Holland, but rightly so. He wants to do his thing, innit? He wants to move on. For Ajax, I don't know who they bring in to sell, but you're getting offered crazy money, and Ajax, you lot always recycle. 2 years, 18 months, a year from now, we're going to hear next dons that you lot got. And really, the last batch, they zanged everyone, Frank, De Jong, De Ligt, Van der Beek, they're all decent players, but I don't think De Ligt is as good as I thought he was going to become at this moment in time, them times. I don't think De Jong's a baller, so is De Ligt. Make no mistake, but he's not as much of a household name and as much of a midfield madman as I thought he got on. I definitely thought Hakim Ziyech would be a bit better at Chelsea, so they always find it. To be fair, Ajax have 6 days to go. I don't blame them for holding out, but they're buying it, really. United just got to walk away from that one, really. Maybe get the Gakpo. If I was a United fan, I'd rather Anthony than Gakpo. I think Gakpo looks a bit bandulu, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So yeah, look at this guy liking slander on Pedro of Saka. If you sign for Arsenal, Saka's got to slap you. But anywho, yeah, that seems to be the transfer news, people. And anything else, man. Almost at 100 likes. Partey not in the squad today. DG, surely they buy a replacement. So again, as I said, we have to change up at the way we play then. Unless you put in, I would say El Nene, personally, ahead of Lokonga at this moment in time. I want Lokonga to play more than El Nene because he ties in with the project. But for right now, I think El Nene, you kind of know what you're going to get, really. But Lokonga might start, or maybe Zinchenko moves into midfield and you've got Tierney. Maybe Odegaard comes in and plays next to Xhaka in the midfield. And then obviously you've got Smith Rowe able to come in. But this is why you need stuff. Saka needs to play well. He's all right, man. Partey is not at the team hotel with the Arsenal squad. 99% sure he doesn't play against Fulham today. Oh, we know. Is anyone shocked? I'd say we're all disappointed. We're all a bit nervous to a degree. But is anyone genuinely shocked? Is anyone surprised? Maybe because it's so early in the window. But yeah, if you're acting shocked, so a brazy one. Telemans, Douglas, Luiz, Benassia. We need someone, fam. Amen. 2 of the 3, man. If you could get Douglas, Luiz, Telemans, I'm here for that, really. I can't lie. Douglas, Luiz, he was linked with us. Them rumours there have gone. He's contracted until 2023. I wouldn't mind that. Brazilian and that. So, yeah, man. I wouldn't mind that at all, really. Make it happen. But whether we do is a completely different entity, folks, as you guys know. The dream is free, pardon me, the hustle is sold separately. So it is what it is. So am I part of the bus United. To be fair, if they walk away with a 1-0 win, who cares? Come on, shout out my guy, the American Goon, Roman Abramovich settings. Let me see if there's anything else. Come on, people, we're flirting with 100 likes. Look at me, I'm out here for you lot, and I'm wounded as well, you know. I'm putting on a brain face. I could do with a couple more hours sleep. I in a move for Amin Gahiri. I don't know if Arsenal's linked with that, but yeah, it is what it is. Don't seem to be nothing else in this world. Most exciting Arsenal news is the kit we just brought out, isn't it? Really? Are you part of the Matrix? No? No, party, man. Flip's sake, just drink ginger, lemon, and hot water, and you'll be fine. Them West Indian remedies there. I don't know what I'm going for party, but at this moment, again, we're gonna live or die by that decision, innit? Like, I don't want to hear, oh, if Party was there, he would have won. If this guy, if that guy, bro, man, are not gonna be fit the whole season. Certain players, we know, like, we know what we're in for. And boy, this rumor is based off him not being at the hotel. Aren't we home? Would we stay at a hotel in this guy? I think they do stay at a hotel. I don't know, man. I just deal with the match day. We'll see at 5:30 or better yet 4:30. Or again, you know, just before kickoff, a couple of hours from now, you'll probably see, you know, you'll see the what's it called, man? The Charles Watts, the Ornsteins, these sort of brothers, you know, the in the know people, they'll filter in stuff in it. It is what it is, man. Can you say you're shocked? McTominay out here handballing. Oh, right. Mad handball from McTominay. Boss case. Alex Ferguson paying his bills. Really and truly. Shout out them. Boy. Arteta said everyone was fit yesterday, so it might be something else. It could be, or he could have. When Arteta's finished his press conference, Partey could have bust himself up then. You know, Partey got injured in the shower after training, so I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I'm not saying we do that, but clubs do put little lies out. I wouldn't say we do it for Fulham, but clubs do put little lies out about players' fitness. Especially, it's more so like if we're gonna play United, like we'll put little things out like, oh, you know what, Tierney's injured, this guy's injured, boom, they play. I don't think you quite do that against Fulham, but yeah, man. That's why we desperately need a midfield. This is why I say it's easy for me to sit here and say it, but this is why I said, yo, 2 8s, a 6, we're sorted in the summer. But it is what it is. To go with Xhaka, who, whether you like him or not, he's a good player for us. Arteta likes him, and he's durable. I think if you got 2 8s, let me make sure I can count. 2 8s, Granit Xhaka, and number 6 to compete with Thomas Partey, I think that's calm there. Then you got all your other dons, Lokonga and Finn can do their thing. Look at this guy. You wouldn't miss him, and you wouldn't miss a day. Tierney, stop stealing Sacco's girl. I don't know what Tierney must have been lonely when he came to England. He spoke about all I did is play my PlayStation and that. He must have wanted some female company or two on him. I don't know what the Flying Scotsman did to you, man. I have to take it down that route, man. If we don't sign Neto, we're actually finished. Bit of overdoing it a bit, You know, I would like him, but a bit overdoing it. Shut up, Sacco, man. You know what you're doing, my guy, man. But I'm Tierney FC, you're Tierney hating FC. And this is where we're at, man. Crazy, man. We have to see, mate. What else you lot saying, man? There's no more transfer news. It's just us now, people. It's just us. It's a bit awkward. We're just staring at each other. Shout out American Gooner, gifted out 5 community subs. If you're not on Twitch, you missing out, bro. So what, you look confident about the game or whatnot? United are so trash, we must beat them 3 or 4-0, bro. United, bro, I can't lie. I've seen bare shit United side since Ferguson's gone, and they've managed to twang us sometimes, and we've managed to twang them as well. So I don't know, man. Them games go either way. You know, while I would love to win, I think we've just got to maximize all the points we can. Crazy. Keita has signed for, I don't even remember this guy's first name, but Spartak Moscow. This is gonna work out, ain't it? And you stop bleaching as well, so that's gonna work out great, ain't it? Let's see the Jamaican training kit DG. Mine's in the post, sold out in a day on the Adidas website. Green screen's gonna mess it up a bit, but yeah, let me temporarily, if I remove the green screen for a sec. You don't know. So I should have got my name on it, but you don't know. So there you have it, man. Sulan. You lot don't wear it this weekend, man. I'm not wearing mine Monday or I'm not wearing mine Carney. Don't wear it, man. You lot don't wear it. It's rubbish. Don't wear it, man. Coming like school uniform. Everyone's gonna wear it. Don't wear it, man. DG, you see us making no transfers for the end of the month. I'm confident. I don't like that word confident. I'm hopeful. I think we will, but at the end of the day, I don't know, innit? Because I did think in January we would sign a striker or we'd sign some players. I don't know. Because on one hand, I think we will, but on the other hand, I think there has to be a sort of consideration that we might not do what we need to do, whether that's Neto, whether that's Telemans, whether that's the other sort of targets. Because look where we are in the window. No Partey in the squad. We are finished. To be fair, against Fulham, I think we can get away without Partey respectfully, and then they can come in, or you can. Xhaka has to change his role slightly, or you just, as I said, we've been talking about this all week, people. If Partey is not fit and you're not going to throw, I would say El Nene in or Lokonga. As much as I want Lokonga to get minutes to keep the run going, I think El Nene is the better option, more experience. You know what you're going to get with him, sort of thing. But this is what I said. If you lose them physical, man, we just have to commit to the Wenger ball thing now. We just have to pass the ball even more. You know, we still have to defend and be like piranhas. But if you haven't got the personnel, why would you try and play the same sort of way if you're not able to? Or would you double down on playing to people's strengths? Bro, Arsenal's marketing is elite, bro. They should have released a Trinidad kit because it's their thing. But they know, obviously, there's a lot of Jamaican fans. You know, there's a lot of Jamaicans that are going to rock up at Carnival. Strategic marketing, my brothers. Strategic. It's so strategic. There's not even the right word for it. Smash the like button. We've got 108 likes, people. Again, you lot need to provide your talking points. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'll be real, man. Criminal performance from my side, not even worthy of the highlights. You got the 3 points, though. Partey allegedly is absent. I don't see no reports of Partey not in the team. Is Partey really out? I can't see no reports. I can't, but, you know, that's how I said. 4:30 is when we'll realistically see in it, really. They're telling us to sign backups. If Saka gets a knock, then the gods are giving us a sign by injuring both Saka and Partey. Let's say that. Don't say that. Partey just will defo push Telemans to sign in. I can't lie. It needs to. Bruno is United's best player. I disagree, bro. I think Casemiro by default. I like Jadon Sancho. We got like 9 games in October. We need rotation. Amen. Thoughts on Asensio? I wouldn't be against it, but I don't. Obviously, he can play as a 10. You know, he can play as a 10, he can play out wide, he can do a bit of what Fabio Vieira does. He's experienced. Obviously, he's won a bunch of Champions Leagues, a bit like Odegaard and Jesus. He's kind of grown up in the spotlight. Like I've kind of seen him and Sabas his whole career. You know, what was the youth tournament a few years ago, and I was starting out on YouTube, where them times there he was at Mallorca, Danny Ceballos was at Betis. I actually think it was the same competition Jesus played in. It might have been a World Cup at youth level. I don't know, but yeah, man, you've kind of seen it. There's a wealth of experience. He's got a year left, 26 million quid. That might be more attainable than other people. We've got a good relationship with Real Madrid based on the last couple of bits and pieces we've been doing. Bruno is the best. He gets into every team. Bruno, Odegaard, great stuff, man. I believe you, bro. No worries. I don't think he's better than Odegaard at playing football. The only thing he could do better than Odegaard is probably score more goals. I don't think he's more intelligent than him. I don't think he's. I think if you actually know football, you know, I'm not saying he can't perform better, but it's clear in it. You know, the same Bruno Fernandes, some United fans were saying gets in the City team. Personally, I think the best players in midfield retain the ball well. He doesn't do that. And I like him as a footballer. He's a goal-scoring midfielder on his day, which hasn't quite been the case apart from today. But yeah, man, you know, you're allowed your opinion. I'm allowed mine. Shout out the Trinibads, man. Make sure you're all out for Cardi. And shout out my JA Tug. Shout out Baidis as well. Asensio is awful. That injury ruined him. Again, that's something to consider as well. The injury thing. You can't stay fit. It's all a bit Madame Bandulu in that regards as well. So yeah, 1 second, people. I'm still here. So we'll have to see how these things there develop, people. I'll be real with you lot, but yeah, man, awful with 10 goals last year. Crazy. That Paulinho guy could now dominate, and again, that just means we're gonna have to press more. We're gonna have to do more, bro. This is, bro. I can't lie. I ain't got no. I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, we lost because we never had Partey or this, and because of Partey. This is what we know. What options should have been brought in. This is the territory we walk into, innit? Really and truly, I ain't got time for nothing else. It is what it is. Bro, Asensio's 27 in January. Time flies, man. And I liked Asensio's mentality. I can't remember the documentary. I actually don't remember it, but there was an interesting documentary. I think it was more Real Madrid, but like it centered around, unfortunately, he lost his mum very early. You know, him and his dad growing up, you know, a young man from Mallorca going to Madrid and that. You know, it was quite interesting. I can't remember what it was. I actually don't remember the full thing, but if someone does, I'll go look at that, really. I don't even remember if it was a Real Madrid documentary, if it was on Netflix. I don't even know. But, you know, to you lot, the injuries is the massive concern because you've got to apply an Arsenal tax, really and truly, on that. Like, it's a mad thing. You know, he's had beer things, really. He's had beer injuries and beer things, really. You know, minor knocks. You know, last season, you start adding them up. You need him. He's missed, 4, 6, 7 games there. Obviously, he's had ligaments a few years ago. It's a bit mad still. It's a bit mad, brothers. I ain't gonna get onto a man for having a toothache in it, but it's fugazi. In the last couple of years, bro, he's missed enough games. Obviously, the cruciate ligament, you're gonna be out for a significant period of time. If he can get back to it, why not, man? Really, you know, if he looks like damaged goods and we take a chance. Look, my man's played 195 appearances in La Liga, 236 appearances to build on the 56 that he had at Mallorca, and obviously 37 at Barca, 29 caps for Spain. There is some tools he can provide to the squad still. If it happens, I'm not gonna cry, but you know, I'd stay away from it. But if he moved to us, then why not? You know, obviously he's only made 1 appearance this season. You're barely going to get a look in with Real Madrid, even if they shotted Casemiro and that. You're barely going to get an opportunity, them sides, in it. 126 likes. Can we get to 200, folks? What, the season before, even with ligament, this is the ligament knock injury. This is the ligament thing. No, it's not. But yeah, he managed, to be fair to him, he managed 31 appearances, got 12 goals. I'm more focusing on the appearances, 42 in all comps. We go back 1 more year. 35 appearances. We go back to 2019-20. That's the ligament year, isn't it? 9 appearances. Yeah, he fucked it. Yeah, man. It's a myth. It's a myth from there. So he's a bit of an injury prone, a bit of a sick note. And obviously that's the one thing I'd mark against him. And for me, he'd be one of our best players. He probably starts week in, week out. Where, I don't know, but he's in that mix. I actually don't know. My only problem is Is he our first choice target, or are we just taking advantage of something that's on the market? Obviously, he's at Real Madrid. He's won Champions Leagues. He's 26. You know, moving to London would be lit, but he's going to want decent money. And I'm not saying he's not worth it. I don't really care what players are what in it, but players have not always been on what they should be on. You know, there's no way Bellerin. Them times he was kind of lit, but 100 bags. You know, Pepe 140. You know, at the time Leno 100, Ainsley 50 odd, Marie on something comfortable, Cedric on something comfortable. You know, again, and you have get the money, but we need to see. You need to be worth it, innit, really. If Partey don't start today, we can see if we need a backup for him before. No. We need to do that now, my brother. Like, now, bro. DG movie weekend. Come on. Bruno is scatty. Valverde plays ahead of Rodrigo. 2 says more to how good Valverde is. Hope you lot are all doing well. I respect your opinion as well, man. You know, you can think Odegaard's better than Bruno. You can think Bruno's better than Odegaard. I don't agree, but yeah, I can't big up yourself, man. Hope you had a happy anniversary, American Goon. Hope it was blessed for you, man. Abramovich settings. There's rumors that Partey's out. I can't verify nothing. I don't know anything. So yeah, predictions for the Fulham game. I'm a bit nervous, man. I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. Not even with the Partey thing. I was saying that before it came out. Do you think our squad is big enough to compete on all fronts? No, but it's going to have to be, innit? I'm an Arsenal man. I want to go as far as you can in the FA Cup. I don't care who drops down from the Champions League. I don't care who is in the Europa League. Anything less than that final / winning it is failure. You do not get top 4. It is failure. You know, you have to do it. League Cup is not the most important, but for a young squad trying to win things, and yeah, a couple of them, dramatic, different team, but a couple of them have won an FA Cup and Community Shield here. Every time you win stuff, it creates stuff. Look how many League Cups Pep's won. You know, obviously, man, are targeting Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League, these things, but we need to create a winning mentality. We need to have a fetish for winning. Trophies are one thing, but when I say winning, I think everything out training. You know, you're playing, well, you lot could be playing Scrabble. You want to be the best. You want to be the best individually. Everybody has to chase brilliance. Perfection is an illusion, but you have to chase that. Like with me on YouTube, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I know I can never be perfect, but I'm always chasing that perfection. You look at half of the great athletes or people that have accomplished something in life. That's the mentality. They don't know what complacency is. Anytime they smell complacency, it's snapped out immediately. That's the only way to achieve something. Signing people is one thing. Mentality, tenacity, consistency are another. Mindset. Football is a way more mental game than people want to give it credit for. That's why you see some players that are shit play week in, week out in the Prem. There's some players that, bro, got a lot of talent, but they don't do that. So it's something to consider. So yeah, man, I don't know if I compete in that all fronts though. No, the squad is good enough when it comes to depth to fight on all. No, the squad is good enough when it comes to depth to fight on all fronts this season. All right. Essentially, I don't know. Honestly, the injuries are worrying. Depends on the fee and wages, bro. He's gonna definitely be nearer the top bracket of Arsenal earners if he does sign, bro. You know, if Pepe got 140, it's different. He should be saying, "Yo, man, need 140. I'm a Champions League winner," and that. I think he's definitely trying to bag the top bracket of thingies. Jamaica raving with this new kit. Even non-Arsenal fans want a hold of one. Exactly. Pardon me, no Partey. DG Anthony's gone on strike to join United. Don't see Neto doing that. We don't need to do that. We do things in a classy way, blood. We don't need none of that. Can't lie. I'd rather Asensio than Isco. Isco's talented, but he's Banduli, man. We need to sign Telemans and Neto so that we can be somewhere this season. Asensio for me is 30 million euros based off not playing much for Real Madrid in the last few years. Still quite high, considering we spent 120. He's on 130 at Madrid, so he's coming to be one of the top earners if that does happen. Big up, Paul. I'm going 3-1 DG. As my chat goes, Jesus will leave teams broken-hearted, scoring goals and samba dancing. Smash the likes, people. Bro, do you feel Arsenal are a better team than Chelsea? Chelsea finished ahead of us last year, so no. As rubbish as Chelsea have been by their own standards, Arsenal, Spurs, United couldn't make further problem, which there was times if Arsenal arrested all of their problems, we could have. In the same way, you know, Spurs were better than us last season for whatever reason. They got fourth. If we patterned up, we'd have it in it. So Chelsea, at this moment in time, I would love to see. Don't get it twisted. I want to see Liverpool keep failing, Chelsea keep failing, even City really, because I want top 4. There's probably only one, maybe two with that third role that Chelsea probably going to get up for grabs. The more people shaking, the more you have chances in it. The more lottery tickets there are. Asensio is limited, but will give you some character. A bit harsh to refer to him as limited. I think that is very difficult for Arsenal to sign 2 players until deadline day. I guess that's one more. I guess that one more signing is the most possible. I mean, as long as if all I can judge is according. I hope that's the case, my guy. I hope we bring in what we need. But if we don't, I have to. You get me? It is what it is. Shout out you lot, people. Smash the like button. Nice to see. I don't know where the sudden influx of you lot have come from, but big up yourself. Same way. Need to see Jesus go West London and grab the golden boot like man in Ladbroke Grove tomorrow. No Kool-Aid comments today, or it's curtains. Oh, you're a madman. The net has some madman duns out here, man. Any more talking points? Keep them coming, people. Again, at this moment, you lot are keeping the stream alive. One love for you lot tuned in each and every time, as you already know, folks. Partey is not at the team hotel. I don't know if this is anything to thingy off people, but everybody and their nannies is talking about. I guess we'll see at 4:30, an hour before kickoff. Thomas Partey is not at the team hotel with the Arsenal squad. 99% sure he doesn't. Other percentage is in favour of Thomas Partey, isn't it? I don't know. Marquinhos is probably going to be in the squad. Big him up. Hopefully, we have a good day at the office. You and Fabio Vieira can get some minutes and we keep doing what we've been doing. Big up you lot. I will go live at some point tomorrow to review the game. I've said it on record. Unfortunately, no more watch-along business today. That being said, I know I missed the Bournemouth watch-along. I know I'm not doing one for Fulham. We're back midweek against Aston Villa and we manoeuvre business as usual. You'll be hearing from my solicitors for them comments. I didn't watch United game, my bro. We need a Partey back up. We have a lot of attackers to shift over for cover, none for Partey. I have to assume it's Elneny. I don't know, bro, if he's injured or the off-field thing, innit? I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like you lot. We're just waiting, innit? If it's an injury thing, then we have to have known that's a thing. If it's stuff to do off the field and he has done, or if he's done or not done, I don't know. But if he has done things, then forget him playing football. The man shouldn't be alive in it, and Arsenal have to be braced on reacting to such people. Because if it is with off the field stuff, it's a shitstorm developing in it. It's going to be a shitstorm that Arsenal will not have under control, especially as we've got a women's team and we're putting it at the forefront. Our women fans feeling. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. DG, watching the Swarms fight. When is that? Darren Bent said Arsenal to win the league. Hey, man, I don't know for none of that, man. I'm just take every game as it comes. I don't know where Arsenal are in the league table. Let's just focus, man. I don't know how much you can. I don't really want to talk about Partey, that sort of stuff, really. I think throughout the course of that coming out, we've spoken of. I've offered my opinions. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I think I speak for every decent human being. What we said needs to happen if certain things do come to light and did happen, Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. If I'm completely honest with you lot. Big up you lot, man. 143 likes, man. If you ain't hit the like button, help that. Bro, tell me your personal opinion about the last week until deadline. Do you think that Arsenal will be able to sign 1 or 2 players? I hope so. I am confident. But at the end of the day, I am confident in Arsenal's intention. I think they're working. But working don't mean that. You need to agree things. And obviously, the club you're buying people from, they need to get replacements or whatever. I'm more confident about Telemans in theory than Neto. Now that I said that, maybe the reverse happens just because the contract, Leicester clearly want to sell my man. Neto, I wouldn't say Wolves want to sell you no matter what Mendes you or Arsenal want. Put the money down or we have to keep it moving, innit? Really. Simple as that. I hope so. But big up Tans for the cheer, man. Make sure you are at Carnival on Monday. I respect how you read each person's message. Love, DG from Canada. Appreciate you lot, man. Appreciate that. I mean, you lot make the platform. As I always say, bro, I like to look at football news and these things, and I like to talk to you lot, but it's you lot. It's like I'm sitting with my friends and speaking about football. Like, it would be very boring if I was here speaking to myself. West Ham came in with the bid and already agreed a deal for Paqueta within 3 to 4 days. Arsenal will take years to finish even a fringe player's transfer. Why is that so? Dennis, you have to take that with Arsenal. Shout out my guy, Charlie. Ali, real Guna era. Come on. Appreciate you lot. DG, would you do the YouTube boxing thing? If the bag's right, why not? I'm trying to get out the hood. I'm trying to get financial freedom. Why not? I don't mind smacking up a next YouTuber. You know, if the bag's right, why not? I don't mind. The fight's got to be on my channel, though. I gotta get you get me, man. After I need to put it's got to be streamed on my channel. At the bag, bro. The bag. Why not? Why not? But I want to come out the ends, bro. And bro, you see how much houses cost and living crisis. What time do you know how much fights in my life I've, God forbid, but you know how much fights in my life I've had for free? Been punch, take punch, been rushed, done rushing, all these things, bro. Why not? Why not? Why not, man? Why not, man? Why not, man? Why not, man? I get big up Relly Ren. Make sure you're streaming him on Spotify. I'll get him to perform and that, but it's got to be on my platform. Or man's got to get the bag. I need more of a bag than the other person. Like, it's a property. You can't do me like big up Dillian White, but I remember you versus Chisora. Chisora's a rattler. I remember him calling him a donkey about I made no money from the AJ fight. But like, why not, man? Why not? That could be reinvested into the channel. Hey, we might even move closer to 150 subscribers. 100K, but 50K first in terms of subscribers. Why not, man? Why not? Nah, big up Baines, man. Nah, ladder. That won't be fair still, but big up Baines. None of that, man. It'd have to be someone I don't like, man. Like, I don't like fighting. But, so like, off topic, when the barber adds the enhancement on my hairline, then it goes after a shower. Man thinks, am I really receding? Rah, boy, that sounds stressed. But you might as well just embrace being bald, man. Don't be like Tim Lewis. You see this shit on Amazon, trying to keep it going. Just be bold, get money, turn wham. Obviously, if I go bald, it's peak card. There ain't no facial hair, but they're saying that man got a beard, little goatee, Zaytoven thing. But some of you probably got the mad beard. I don't know what you lot are eating. You lot are probably eating a mazza out there. But I heard certain things make certain things grow. Just embrace that, man. Embrace that. You tuning into the boxing fights later. Best of intentions, but I'm gonna be out here, man. I'm gonna be in the field, man. Shout out Sierra Leone. Brazy. Man said Mason. I like Mason, man. I think he gets a lot of stick. Pause, definitely. I think if a lot of people get onto him, I'd have him at Arsenal, really. I like him, man. I don't think he does anything amazing, but I like him, man. I like Mason, man. Good technical ability. Can play in a couple of roles. I like Mason, man. I don't understand obviously he's Chelsea Academy. For England, there's probably other players that people would want to see. You can see why Mason Mount gets treated like he's a teacher's pet or something like that, which he might be. But yeah, man. DG shameless, I know, but I got to go chat to Brighton, Fulham, Joss ready. Obviously, this is the Premier. I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less. Don't get twisted. I got things cooking for when United fuck up again, That spray on ish is a madness. They push your thing back, then create their own. That's a Mazzolini, bro. I don't know. Listen, if you are what you eat in it, like if that's what you man are on. Who am I in it? What you lot doing your personal time? You lot time in it, but you get me. I don't know what you lot are doing. I know it's not all genetics and that. You lot get the subscribers up. When you see me go Turkey, come back with the Rick Ross thing, like, oh, you big fish here. Yeah, man. It came now. It came. Party might be out, man, but it is what it is. Party's out, man. They're gonna get injured in it. You're gonna have to deal with it. Like, I don't really have patience for it. We just have to move. We just have to move, people. We just have to move. Like, there's nothing else. 150 likes, 50 more likes until 200 people. If you haven't hit that like button, do your thing. But for now, though, I can't lie. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to let you lot enjoy your afternoon. I'm going to go have another shower, even though I showered before here. But I want to be fresh for the dark, for the rave and that. Iron my clothes, pattern up my thing, create certain things standing in front of me, drink shit. Right thing. I shouldn't even advertise, but one down, one to go, folks. You know the thing. So yeah, man, it's off to big up Arsenal. I'm sorry that it's not a watch along business, but this is my weekend. I live for this, man. I haven't really enjoyed summer. I fucking enjoyed this summer, man. Kez was lit. I've done so much lit things this summer, man. So yeah, man. Get your blood. I mean, Dirk. But anyways, on that though, man, you lot enjoy your weekend. I probably will be live at some point. Again, emphasis on some point tomorrow. I'm trying. I'm going to try get up early, do this thing before. I ain't going to lie, man. If it's not early, it's not going to happen, innit? Or very late at night, car. got to find myself in West London in it. But yeah, man, big up you lot. You lot stay blessed, stay safe, stay striving for your goals. Obviously, you know, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're following. We typically do 11:30, 10 a.m.s and 3:30, 4:30 live streams across YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you're following on Instagram, on Twitter, Spotify, Twitch, all these things. Everything is in the description, people, because then you'll never miss anything. Turn your notifications on, smash the like button, but most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed, stay healthy. One love.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like there's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like